Hi guys, Aaron here from Technogym New Zealand. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to onboard your customers using the new Technogym Branded App experience. So the first thing to note here is that if you're an existing user of the My Wellness CRM, as in if you already have the My Wellness app or a version of the My Wellness app activated at your facility that your guests or your members use, then you're going to need to contact your local digital sales specialist to change the promoted app from the My Wellness version to the Technogym version. It's a change that we need to make in the back end of our system to make sure that we promote the new Technogym app rather than the existing My Wellness version of the app. So go ahead and get that done. Now, there's multiple different ways to onboard your members depending on the way that you run your business and also the tools and integrations that you have in front of you. So at Technogym, we always try to automate the process as much as possible. However, we'd like to enable you with all the information so you can make your own decision on how you want to onboard your members. So the first way is through the app access code. And this way works if you've got an integration, or if you don't have an integration, it still works as well. In fact, if you have an integration, you probably want to skip this step because there's a much more efficient way of doing it. So what we do is we go into configuration, we jump into facility, and we go down into Technogym app access. Now you'll be slightly familiar with this page if you watched the second video of this series. And it showed me opening the camera app and scanning the QR code. So brief explanation on how this works is that this link here and this QR code is unique to your facility. Now, how do they work? Well, if the member clicks this link, it'll take them through the process into the branded app where they create their own account. And the same thing if they scan the QR code, again, it will start the process and take them through that experience and create an account, and they'll land in the branded app. Now the use case, an example of a use case behind both of these is that if you have an onboarding email that gets sent, or a welcome email that gets sent from your membership software, you can copy this link and paste that into your welcome email and put some instructions on how your members can engage with it. So an example might say that, hi guys, thanks for joining our gym. In order for you to book in your classes, click the link below and create a Technogym account, so on and so forth. When they click the link, it'll take them through the same process that we saw in video 2 of this mini series. Then we have the QR code. So a use case behind this would be if you didn't have the link in your email, or maybe you did, but to capture them on a second wave, you could have this QR code printed and put on your reception desk, so your members or guests can scan that QR code and again go through that onboarding procedure that you saw in video 2 of this mini series. Finally, just a brief explanation of this access code above. So this access code is unique again to your business, and essentially what it is if your members download the Technogym app without going through either of these processes here, they'll land in as a consumer which doesn't have a facility attached to them. From there, they'll need to go ahead and add a facility, and they can either scan the QR code when it pops up, or they can enter this access code and they will again drop into the branded experience that way. Perfect. So that's the first way to onboard your members. It's a bit of a more hands-off method because you'd make it available once to all your members and they can go through it from there. Now, the second way is through a integration. So what we're going to need to do first of all is, actually adding your members to the My Wellness CRM or an integration. So the first step is we need to set up a automation for your members to experience this. Now, the first step is to go into the automation tab and go into the group tab. Now you may already have a group available that basically has your new customers that automatically populate into it. But what we're going to do is we're going to create one here now as an example. So we're going to create a group. It's going to be an automatic group, and we're going to call this new members. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add a condition. The condition will be contact status as a member. And I'm also going to put in here a join date that's less than 30 days. What these conditions mean is that any member that enters the My Wellness CRM and that's less than 30 days, that's been in the facility less than 30 days, will automatically be populated into this group. Perfect, new members. Then what you're going to want to do is head over to the automation tab again. You're going to click into the journey tab, and you're going to go up to the top and you're going to click on this add journey. From here, we need to choose which group, in which case we're going to choose the new member group, which is this one here, new members. And that means that this journey will run for any person that meets that requirement or meets the conditions of getting into that group. We're going to leave it as a standard journey, and we're going to call this the welcome email and Technogym app download. Create. We're then going to jump in and add a stage. So if we go down to the plus stage down the bottom here to add a stage, and we're going to call this again the welcome email and Technogym app download. We can leave this as percentage of completion. Click continue, and it's going to create this automation. Now, for every automation, we need to have, or any workflow, we need to have a starting point and an ending point. Now, our starting point is really simple. Your members are going to meet the condition to join the group, and then automatically they're going to flow into the starting point. And we're going to click on this plus button here, and we're going to just add a brief condition. So the condition is going to be just to make sure that we only capture our new members as they're joining. It's going to say add condition, and we're going to do the join date is less than, and I like to do it at about 3 days. It just means that no members over that 3-day period will get this welcome email in the initial phase. We now then need to dictate what happens to members that didn't meet the condition. So let's say they were in that new member group because they had joined the facility less than 30 days. They've flowed into this workflow, but they've been at the gym for more than 3 days. So it comes down here and says no. We want them to exit this journey. So we click here on the plus. We click on the exit, and we say here stage is skipped. So they'll bounce out of this journey altogether. However, if they do meet the requirement, so the member's been less than 3 days, we come down yes. We then want to add a stage in that is a welcome email. So we're going to click on plus here. Now we can go ahead and edit this content if we wish. By default, Technogym have created an email that very well explains the relationship between you as a business and the Technogym app. However, there are components of this email that you can change. So if you don't quite like the image we've used, go ahead and click on it and add a new image. If you don't like exactly what's written, again, you can go ahead and click on it and change what's written. This component of the message will stay. So in demo site, which is the site we're in, if in your My Wellness CRM, it will have the name of your business. We use the Technogym ecosystem to help manage and improve your wellness lifestyle wherever you are. Start with Technogym. So this component of the email, welcome email, is fixed and can't be changed. So we're going to, if we want to, we can add additional elements if we like as well. We can add any of these elements in, and we're going to go ahead and click done. It's set up, ready to go to make it easy for you. Perfect. From there, what we're going to do is it's going to bounce down into a finish stage. So I accidentally added this one in after, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete that one. And we need to then exit on a stage as well. So in order for us to do that, we're just going to click this link to another element, and we're going to have it link to this stage complete and go save. So now just to analyze what's happening here is, if we go back out, we have created a journey, which we can see is in this group of journeys here, and bounce along. So I've got here the welcome email and Technogym app download. I go into the workflow of the stage, and I can see we've got a starting point. It'll then filter out, using this condition, any people that have been in your facility for more than 3 days. It'll filter them out and skip the stage. But if they've been in your facility less than 3 days, it will automatically add them to, or send them this email. The email, we can change it anytime. So if you want to edit that, feel free to. And then immediately after sending the email, it's going to complete the stage. This is a very basic workflow automation in order to send an email. Perfect, we're going to save it. And we're also now going to activate this journey. So it's sitting as a draft right now, but as soon as we activate it, everyone that's in that new members group, so a member that's been in your facility less than 30 days, the workflow will run, and it will automate that email to be sent to everyone that's been in the facility less than 3 days. Perfect. Now, just to explain the ongoing method here, or the ongoing, what's going to happen as the ongoing is that every time a new member is joined, whether it's through an integration or whether you add them in manually to the contacts page, which we'll go through shortly, this automation will run, and it will obviously add them into the new members group. It will then add them into the, it'll then run through and say, have they been at the facility less than 3 days, as you can see here. And then automatically it will send them the email and then complete the stage. And like I said earlier, even though this is activated, we can go in and we can edit this email anytime we like. We can't though edit the flow. The flow remains as it is. Perfect. So we've gone through those steps. Now, through an integration process, your membership software will automatically, as you enter a member into your membership management software, automatically they will be put into the My Wellness CRM, and they will receive the welcome email to download the Technogym app and flow through that branded experience. Again, if you don't have a integration and you don't want your members to download the Technogym app or go through the QR code or the link, there is a third onboarding method where you can add your members manually. So if we jump into the People tab, if we jump into the Plus tab, and we add our member, so we must make sure that we add them as a member because that's the condition that they need to get into the group. And we add their email address. Create. Obviously it's going to pick up my old accounts, but I'm going to go add a new one. And straight away that member will bounce through that automated process. Perfect. If there's any questions on how to complete the tasks in this video, leave a comment or get in contact with your local digital sales specialist to get the branded app onboarding procedure set up in your facility. Thanks guys, see you on the next one.